Watching the Emmys on Sunday, the old Rodney Dangerfield joke came to mind. Namely, I went to a fight the other day and a hockey game broke out, which is to say the Emmys are supposed to be about honoring excellence in television, but what was supposed to be the TV version of the entertainment section soon morphed into the op-ed pages. At one point, the Emmys seemed to resemble the halftime act at the Democratic Party's national convention. For starters, there was former White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer's monologue, or as I like to call it, his CLM event, Career Limiting Move. Wow, check out the reaction by Anna Chomsky, who shamelessly mugged for the camera all night long. Gee, last time I saw a mouth like that, it had a fish hook in it. But I digress. Let's continue.
This will be the largest audience to witness an Emmys, period, both in person and around the world.
Yeah, that's what they call fake news, because the opposite actually happened. Sunday's Bitch Fest has emerged as one of the lowest rated Emmy telecasts of all time. Obviously, a huge percentage of Americans who tuned in to be entertained rather than preached to weren't buying what the Emmy elites were selling, and the folks in TV land tuned out in droves. But much like a Yoko Ono concert, the 2017 Emmys started out badly and then proceeded to get downright horrid. At one point, it began to feel like the affirmative action Emmys. Donald Glover was hailed as being the first black man to win in the director category for a comedy series. Riz Ahmed was lauded for being the first South Asian man to win an acting Emmy, and Lena Waithe was applauded as being the first black lesbian to win as a writer in the Best Comedy Series category. Not making this up, folks. The thing is, maybe they all won their Emmy Awards based on pure merit. I don't know, but that's the problem when it comes to social engineering experiments like affirmative action. You never know if the fix is in, so to speak. Anyway, check out Lena's acceptance speech.
My LGBTQIA family, I see each and every one of you. The things that make us different, those are our superpowers. Every day when you walk out the door, put on your imaginary cape and go out there and conquer the world, because the world would not be as beautiful as it is if we weren't in it.
Wait a minute. LGBTQ and IA? Let's see now. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, queer, transsexual. Where did the I and the A come from? Did Lena drop by Wheel of Fortune and buy a couple of vowels? What the hell does the I and A stand for? Now, yeah, I could Google it, but by the time I did so, I'm sure some other letters would be added to our alphabet soup of gender identifiers, so really, what's the point? As for the theme of the night, it was this: when in doubt, dump on Trump, which could be the title for the next Dr. Seuss book. Barely an acceptance speech went by without a joke being made at the president's expense. And naturally, in the coverage of the Emmys, the mainstream media gushed its approval about this so-called historic night of firsts and all the courage that was displayed on stage. Courage? It was an elitist PC choir preaching to itself. Now, if an actor had expressed his or her support for President Trump, that would have been the very definition of courageous. But being pro-Trump in the biosphere of the bizarre that is Hollywood is a no-fly zone. Oh, sure, it's also brave to come on stage and declare that you're a member of the LGBTQIA and sometimes Y community, but just try taking the podium and proclaiming that you're a Trump supporter or a Republican or that you swing right of center. Well, if you know what's good for you, best you stay in the closet, or as this former TV star would say,
you know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
Bottom line, keep in mind that last Sunday's debacle was the Primetime Emmy Awards. Next April, the Daytime Emmy Awards will be handed out. Don't know about you folks, but I can hardly wait to see what sort of anti-Trump rhetoric we'll receive from the vacuous and vapid stars of soap operas. Just label that show as The Stomach Churns. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Like what you just saw? Then click subscribe below and never miss another Rebel video.